1995 RCA Color Track color console television on a swivel base. I bet this thing has some nice speakers in it. I bet this thing sounds good. Anyway, sort of saved it from the dumpster. It's probably not far from it anyway, or some type of fun ending. It's obviously been left out, and the particle board is turning back into sawdust. So it's... wow. Man, this is when every cost-cutting measure... I mean, there is absolutely no natural wood. Maybe this piece right here and this piece right here are real wood. The rest of this is just all particle board junk. And particle board is fine, except for when it gets exposed to moisture. Anyway, CTC177 AM2, model number G27302AT, assembled in. Got composite and regular RF input. Is that the flyback right there? Focus and screen controls. Ooh. Cabinet of paint or simulated wood grain on plastic composition board. Oh, it's composition board. It's not particle board. Let's take a look at that. It's merely remnants of what was. Heavy-duty particle board construction. And I love the bearings. Whole thing is like 1-inch particle board. Beautiful engineering. It's always amusing to open one of these and see this. It's literally the guts from a black plastic crap tabletop set packed into a sawdust cabinet. It's like a 2-chip wonder with... And I have to take back what I said about the speakers, because those are just regular black plastic TV, tabletop TV speakers. It doesn't look like incredibly high hour at all. There's a little bit of dust here. There's a little accumulation on the high voltage, but it's not bad. It's a big CRT. The thing to do with this would be to take these guts and put them in your unrestorable vintage cabinet. It's a little dirty, but not bad. Good chance this just turns on and works. We can turn it on and we can watch a bunch of commercials for pharmaceuticals before they get banned. There's really not a lot to these. This is the tuner. This is most of everything here. Microprocessor. There's the clock crystal. That's probably, maybe that's the IF. Over here is switching mode power supply, vertical, horizontal output for the flyback. That's an interesting, that's a little STK package right there. I wonder if that's for the audio or for the vertical out. If it is, that's one of the more heavy-duty vertical outputs I've seen. This could be audio right here. Or no, this is probably vertical. This is probably the vertical because this is the yellow and green wire going to the yoke. And this is the horizontal right here, coming over here, connecting to the flyback. So this is audio. This is vertical. This has got to be your audio output. Wow. How many watts are these speakers rated for? 1.5 watts. Let's power it up. Okay, here we go. One-handed, maybe. I heard the standby power supply ramp up, the little deep high frequency. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, say yes to Lynn Zest. So if I remember right, channel 91 was video on these, but maybe not. It's in Spanish, I believe. Let's put a signal to it and see what it does. It's gonna work. There it is. Beautiful. Wow, there's a little weirdness there. Look at how the vertical lines on the right side are tweaky. It's not doing it there. It looks absolutely great there. Okay, it looks like it'll do English, French, and Spanish. Let's set this to my language. And let's see. Cable on, off air. How do I change this? Cable air. I want to try and put it on the composite input. I must need the remote to put it on the... I thought you could put these things on channel 91, and channel 91 was the composite input. Well, look at the brightness is just like... only a third of the way up. This tube is in good shape. I don't know how to get it onto the composite without the remote. I've went through all the menus. Anyway, we'll hook it up and watch some TV on it. It's not going to be much of a video, sort of a show and tell. I'm going to talk to my working props guy and see if this is something he wants to adopt the guts out of to modernize a vintage TV. They have to do that because they need the reliability. They can't put a 60s TV with 60s guts in it into service in a high reliability environment and hope that it performs. They got to update the guts, keep the original cabinet, and then put something like this in it so that they can, you know, ensure its reliability. And I think this is low hour, and I think this would be perfect for the CRT is a little bit big. I think this is a 27 maybe. 25 or 27, but you just have to sort of frame it into an old TV. You could actually probably put this into a roundy and just use a center. Got the 1995 RCA set up out here with the converter box, and we're going to take a look at the 8 o'clock news, see if we can see some pharmaceutical commercials with side effects. This is right here. This is a DTV converter box. See, DTV. This takes the digital signal from the totally digital rabbit ears here. You have to use digital rabbit ears with a digital signal. These are probably from the 70s or 80s. Engineered for color TV. So you have to use digital rabbit ears with your digital converter box that puts out an analog signal, and this signal goes into the analog connection on the television. So let's see what we can see. I did notice a problem with the TV. It's something with the tuner. It just drifts off the channel. And this right here is what you do when you can't find your power strip.
By day 5 of this heat wave, a lot of folks at this point pretty comfortable staying out of the heat in the middle of the afternoon, but the fire danger remains a threat. And today we got another element added to the list: thunderstorms. A number of small fires breaking out across Southern California, including this 4-acre.
40 this morning due to thunderstorms in the area. There were no major incidents related to the weather, and all flights quickly resumed.
You can see the
hottest day and it's raining.
Fine-tuning drifting around.
The hottest days of the year. This happened earlier today in Downey. You can see all that water helping to keep that pool cool despite the hot temperatures that we had today.
And this is a live look outside on this Saturday night. With more heat on the way, now's a great time to download our free ABC7 Los Angeles app. With it, you can track conditions in your community and watch our newscast in the event you lose power.
And we are hearing more reaction tonight. After serving 26 years for the murder he maintains he never committed. He says the brothers shouldn't have expected to walk out of prison after their first hearing.
We actually really did win. A 3-year denial brings you back to board in 18 months. You go through the process, you stay out of trouble. This is a positive, it's a victory.
Parole was denied for Lyle Menendez yesterday, one day after it was also denied for his brother Eric. The parole board cited antisocial behavior in prison, including illegal cell phone use. Both brothers were questioned by commissioners about the sexual abuse they say they suffered.
It'll start to lose
their parents. They've maintained
fine-tuning.
That's what led them to kill their parents.
It's been catching itself, but sometimes it just goes away.
Back in 1989. We caught up with District Attorney Nathan Hochman this morning.
We didn't say never, we said not yet. When and if they hopefully
beautiful picture, absolutely beautiful.
When they abide by prison rules inside the prison then and only then will they be in a position to be trusted on the outside.
And despite the 3-year denials, both...
Very hot, well over 100 degrees, like 107. Red flag warnings tonight.
Going everywhere.
Malibu meltdown, a beachside barricade after a woman trashes a multi-million-dollar home.
News breaks.
People in South Lake Tahoe were stunned to learn somebody there has tested positive for the plague.
ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
We got some breaking news out of Silmar. SkyCal, you can see over the scene of a crash. We are being told that there is no life-threatening injuries, but if you're looking here, it does appear that there is...
Well, as it's warmed up, the tuner issue has gotten better. When it was cold, and maybe it was just moisture, I don't know, but when it was cold, it would just drift off, and then I'd have to change the channel and change it back to get it to lock back on. This TV has an absolutely incredible picture. The black levels, the contrast, the color, it is absolutely amazing. This was really getting close to the peak of CRTs.
That's right, meteorologist Marina Jurika has some changes that are coming in our next weather.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in?
Here I am, field trip chaperone. Before preventing migraine with Qulipta, it was hard keeping plans. And look at me now. You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making more zero migraine days possible.
Don't take if allergic. Stop taking and get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash. Tell your doctor about increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save. Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
This is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
Now at 8:30, a deadly crash, and it leads to a cross-country manhunt and a political fight.
3 people died in that crash, and investigators say the man who caused it fled to California.
As Katie Benti reports, officials in Florida are blaming Governor Gavin Newsom.
28-year-old Harjinder Singh is back in Florida, this time in handcuffs. Friday morning, he was escorted into the St. Lucie County Jail. A new booking photo shows the man troopers say made an illegal U-turn on the turnpike near Fort Pierce August 12th, blocking all lanes and causing a crash that killed 3 people.
It almost seemed like it was on purpose, to be honest with you. Nobody in their right mind could think they could make a U-turn like that without causing some sort of crash. People are driving 70, sometimes in excess of 70 miles an hour.
Troopers say just a day later, before a warrant was even filed, Singh boarded a flight to California.
People didn't necessarily know what happened at the time because the witnesses were dead. This guy didn't care.
To bring him back, Florida took unusual steps. Not U.S. Marshals, but Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins flying to California on the state jet to escort Singh.
3 lives lost because of Gavin Newsom, because of California's failed policies. We're done with that.
Federal record.
Okay, I'm done with these mosquitoes. So that's it. 1995 RCA. It's got a tuner problem. But other than that, it's an awesome TV. 1982 Sony Trinitron color TV, model KV1546R, repair. This is going to be sort of an emergency repair. This is going to be a little bit different. We got to fix this thing. It's being used on the set of a commercial as a working prop. The basic theme or set is the electronics department of a department store set in the mid-'80s, and I think there are either 16 or 20 working television props on this set, and this one is not behaving. The guy that's handling it says that there's a problem with the IF or the tuner, and it won't lock onto the station, and when you move the circuit board it comes in and out. So we got the factory service manual here. This is going to be a really crash and burn video. My dictation on this probably won't be as smooth as it usually is. So let's just roll with it and see what happens. We'll just start by firing it up first. Also, this set is modified to display 24 frames per second, not the standard 30 NTSC. Yes, they are still filming commercials for television at 24 frames per second. Cinematic, I don't know why, but that's what we're dealing with. Okay. Let's use this one because it's portable and it doesn't take an outlet. I can do 24 frames per second if I need to, but I need to change my, let's see, we'll do RF channel 3. I have to change my camera to sync with 24 frame. Doesn't even seem like the... Oh, I see. It is changing, but it's not... You always want to confirm your problem first. So the way this works is you put it on channel set, you put it on the number, and then you use this to tune it. And I guess those bar LEDs are the accuracy. I don't want to screw with any of that. Let's get it open and see if what he says is correct, that flexing the board makes it work. Here's a look at the inside. So the IF is down there. He said flexing this board made it come and go. This is the tuner here. So let's see here. I'm on channel 4. Let's try the tuning. Oh yeah. So vertical, I need to adjust the vertical hold because it's set for 24 FPS right now. Okay, there it goes. Vertical hold is right here. But I'm flexing this board and I'm not seeing any change in anything, but it definitely was not working with the back on it. Well, I am flexing this and I'm not seeing anything. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. He said he would flex this and it would pop in. The thing is it's popped in solid right now. Well, I've been playing with this thing and flexing this board for about 15 or 20 minutes now. And this is gonna sort of be a dead video because there's nothing wrong here. This thing is rock solid. In the beginning I didn't have it tuned to that box, so as soon as I did that, now it seems good. And he showed me video of flexing this right here and the picture going in and out, but I can't reproduce that. I mean, I have really been You know, flexing the IF can, the board from the bottom, pulling it in, out. This connector was about halfway off. I don't know if that's, but even this, I'm finding no intermittence here. I mean, this thing is really, really solid. Spent about a half an hour on this little Sony set testing capacitors, checking the ESR. And I will say there's a whole bunch of them. There's 3 over here. There's a whole bunch on this tuner board. And there's even some down here in the IF. And like these, that gold one is 1/10 of a microfarad. 0.1. And this is a 0.22. And they're all equally tired. None of them are really open, but none of them are really good ESR. I'm really curious, why would they use 1/10 of a microfarad electrolytic and not a film capacitor like one of those? Well, those are really small. Maybe at this time they didn't have small film capacitors. I don't know. It just seems really weird unless it's a size thing. Why would you use a 0.22 and a 0.1 tenth and like 1/4 of a microfarad electrolytic? They're not bad, but they're about 15, 18 ohms. You do it.
While I was holding. Oh yeah, solid. I just wonder what it looks like if this becomes...
That's kind of gutsy pulling that out while it's on.
You think? All right.
I checked all the capacitors are all tired.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're not
100%.
right.
What do you want for 35 years old or whatever? 40 almost.
I don't know. Take it and try it.
Yep. Affirm.
We got a couple more coming in for repair, and I want to pick your brain on the one we worked on last week. I guess that was not a fix. You got it back, and it was misbehaving again.
The strangest thing. Turned it on. Same odd tuner RF issue. Tried flexing the board. I couldn't even get it to come back to normal.
Well, but yet here it would not misbehave. So we need to get back into that one. But I had a question about that. You said that was being used on the set of a commercial?
Yes.
Why 24 frames per second for a commercial? People are going to question that because I said that earlier in the video.
Well, most broadcast television, whether it's TV shows, 1-hour dramas, and commercials, still use the legacy 24-frame film rate that was established literally over 100 years ago. So narrative storytelling, streaming, and broadcast network primetime still shoots 24 frames per second film or digital with digital cinema cameras.
So then they step it up for the actual broadcast?
Yes, if broadcast television will broadcast some form of 2997 high def, whether it's 720p or 1080p. The streamers generally are offering HD and 4K, but the narrative storytelling can stream in 24 original, if only because they're not locked into legacy broadcast technology and formats that are over the air.
Okay, so what do we got here? What did you do? You executed this one. So just come clean with it.
I was pulling some components off the PCB, doing some custom circuit tuning, and had left the TV plugged in but off, and of course there was an immediate death spark. and I was working in the vertical section.
So is it just...
I forgot to unplug the TV because it was not in an isolation transformer, and a stupid mistake.
Okay, so it works, but just no vertical deflection?
Yep.
Okay, that should be easy. Okay, so you touched a soldering iron or something to this, it was grounded, and because it wasn't on an isolation transformer...
I spark and zap.
Okay. Another benefit of I never use an isolation transformer.
I haven't either.
But I always unplug them.
And whatever my mental issues were that day, I missed it. Because I usually do. I always usually check unplugging before, going in to tinker. The top set is a KV9300. Interesting that the brightness fluctuates, but the raster size is constant. It's like it's not a dirty screen pod, because it's fairly intermittent, but it's often enough to see it, after just the set being on for a few moments.
Maybe you need to adjust its Qlipta prescription.
Ooh.
It's not getting either enough Qlipta or too much Qlipta. So these will be in future videos. What year is this? 84. I watched the 9/11 events live on a TV like this.
Yeah. I mean, Sam's offers more waveforms and voltages than the original manuals. Is that correct?
Maybe.
I thought I've seen more,
But the original manuals offer circuit board prints, which lower my consumption of Qlipta. So these will be in the future. These will be for future videos. And future doesn't necessarily mean in the next couple months. It means future. Could be a long way away. Can't saturate everything with these one type of TVs.